Hello, my name is Gonzalez. I'm one of the counselors here, and I'll be working with you. And you can just call me Ann. Can we start with you telling me your first and last name and what you prefer to be called?
My name is Elizabeth Forsyth. I prefer to be called Betsy.
Okay, Betsy, it's nice to meet you. I want to start out with talking a little bit about confidentiality. This is a safe place, and I want you to feel very comfortable talking to me about anything that's going on with you. However, there are some exceptions to confidentiality. One is that if you report to me anything having to do with the abuse or neglect of a child, an elderly person, or someone with disabilities, then I would have to report that to the proper authorities. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And another would be if you expressed a plan to harm yourself or someone else, then I would also have to report that to somebody else. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. However, I see by your record that you're suffering from some depression.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. It is fairly normal. Many clients report to me that they're suffering from depression, of thoughts of just not wanting to be here anymore, and those kind of feelings, like just why bother and stuff like that. And that's fairly normal with depression, so I don't want you to feel hesitant to speak to me about those feelings. Okay, we can talk about those and try to work through them, okay?
Oh.
Okay, have you ever been in therapy before?
No.
Okay, so what would you expect from therapy?
To feel better.
To feel better. Okay, that's a good thing to expect. Like my role in the therapy process, we're collaborative. We work together to try to, work on the things that are going on with you. And my role is to guide you through the therapy session and the process, and to give you, teach you some techniques and give you some tools to address some of the things that are going on. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'm going to set the agenda. I do something called set the agenda, which is talk about everything that we're going to do today. And that will also should help you with what to expect from today's session. Okay. I'm going to first do a mood check, and I'm going to check and see where you are today. Then we're going to talk about what brought you in a little bit. We're going to try to set some broad goals for therapy. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about cognitive behavioral therapy, which is the technique that I use in therapy. And then I'll do a little summary of everything that we've done. We'll talk about some homework, some things that, I see that you made a little face on that one. It'll be collaborative. I mean, we'll talk about it, and if it's something that you don't want to do, you don't have to. Or if you can come up with something else, we can do that too. Or, we'll see when we get there and see how you feel about it when we get there. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then at the end of the session, I'll ask you what you thought of our session, and if there's anything you'd like to change or add or anything, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's start out with doing a mood check. I'm going to give you a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being no depressive symptoms at all, you feel great, you're not experiencing any depression, and 10 being profoundly depressed. On that scale of 0 to 10, where would you place yourself today?
Number 7.
About a 7? Okay, I'm going to write that down, okay? Okay, you're at a 7 today. Okay, can you tell me what's going on that has you at a 7?
I've just been feeling very sad and haven't really wanted to get up and participate in the day, and
okay, so
find myself in bed.
You find yourself in bed?
Mm-hmm.
About how long has it been going on?
I don't know, a few months.
A few months? I'm going to write that down too, okay. What does your typical day look like?
I get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and go back to bed.
Okay, so you do spend a lot of time in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. So for depression, let's set some goals.
All right.
Okay. What would you say that you would like to change?
I would like to be more happy,
Okay,
be more productive, I guess.
more happier and productive. Okay, so could we say that one of your goals would be to reduce your depressive symptoms?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down, which is a great goal. And cognitive behavioral therapy is wonderful for depression, and that's what I use. Are you familiar with it at all?
No.
Okay, cognitive behavioral therapy is based on the idea that when we think something, it will cause us to feel an emotion, and then that will cause us to act on a behavior. Does that make sense to you?
I guess so.
Okay, so, well, let's use an example. You say you get up in the morning, you have coffee, and you go back to bed. Okay, how are you feeling when you're getting ready to go back to bed?
Down, like I don't want to do anything.
Okay, and what are you thinking at that moment?
If I just go to bed, then the day will pass.
Okay, so you see how, and then what do? You go to bed, right? You see how that thought that you may not have even recognized was there was probably causing that feeling that, oh, I'm just gonna just go get it over with, go to sleep so it's over with. I'm sad, I don't want to be here anymore, and then you go to sleep. Do you see how that connects? The thought? Okay, so you understand do you have any questions about it?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to talk. Okay, today we went over confidentiality. You introduced yourself. We talked a little bit about what to expect from therapy. We talked about your mood, which you said was a 7 when we started. How would you say that is now?
Maybe. I feel a little bit better, so maybe a 6.
Okay, so it's a little bit better. Okay, great. And then we talked a little bit about what's been going on. You've been spending a lot of time in bed, not wanting to get out, not wanting to do anything, just wanting things to be over. Am I right on that? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, get through the day.
Okay, so if you sleep, it'll get you through the day quicker. Okay. And then I talked to you a little bit about goals, which your goal was to feel happier or, to be less depressed. And more productive. Is that correct? Okay. And then I talked to you about cognitive behavioral therapy, how our thoughts affect our feelings and emotions, and then that affects our contributes to our behavior. And now I'm doing a summary. Okay. Is that your understanding of everything that happened today?
Yes.
Okay, now I'd like to talk about homework. Okay. Is there anything that you can think of that might help you through the days? Is there anything that you want to try? Because I have an idea, but I wanted to see if you had any ideas about something that might help you.
No, I don't know exactly,
Okay. Well, I have some other patients that our clients and I have worked on together and done what was called a thought record. And in that thought record, what they did was when they noticed that they were feeling especially sad, they would stop for a second and write down the thought that was going through their head.
Oh, okay.
And do you think that sounds like something you would be willing to do?
Sounds like it's easy enough.
Okay, great. It'll only take a minute or two, and you can do it as much or as little as you'd like. And when you write down those feelings, then the next time you come back, we'll talk about them, and then we'll try to come up with some techniques and some tools to address those. Does that sound like a plan to you?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, great. And now I just want to ask you what you thought of today's session. Was there something that you liked, something that you didn't especially like?
Well, I can't think of anything I didn't like. I feel a little bit better. So I guess I enjoyed the session.
Great. Okay, is there anything that you'd like to do differently or change?
Not at this point, no.
Okay, great. I want you to know that if any time there's something that you want to do differently or that something that you think would work better or something you want to add or something you want to take away to our sessions, I want you to feel very free to talk to me about it. because this is about making you feel better and working together to deal with the things that are going on with you. So it needs to, you know, be something that you're comfortable with. Does that sound okay to you?
Yes.
Okay, well, it was really nice to meet you, Betsy. I'm glad you came in today. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. And you can see Brenda, and then I'll see you next week, and we'll go over your thought record, and we'll come up with some ideas. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, great. You have a wonderful day.
Yep, me too.